All right, gang, we are live and we are back over on Auction Zip and watching an online auction. It's an estate sale, and who knows what may pop up. And by the way, we are using this under the premise of fair use for commentary. And we're kind of getting an idea of kind of what things are going for and what we can kind of evaluate different items, also to the popularity of them. But different items to watch. There's going to be some different kind of collectibles coming up. And we just missed a little bit of knickknacks, June cracks, and what have you. But anyway, gang, so stuff to come. I don't believe there's any coins in this particular one or not. I may be streaming on Sunday an auction from, I believe it's North Carolina. It has a very nice, eclectic selection of vintage toys, coins, and other collectible type stuff. There's also a very nice auction in Massachusetts coming up. That's also this weekend. Like I want to say that one's Sunday too, but I can't remember. But anyway, that has a lot of colonial era material, especially glass, hand blown glass. But we'll be watching different stuff that goes on. And hi, Mrs. Bortner, how are you? And so we'll be kind of keeping an eye on different things and seeing where we go. Hi, Willie. And we'll see what kind of happens for this weekend. But I'm pretty sure we'll be streaming live on Sunday, at least one of those auctions. Probably either the one in Massachusetts or the one in North Carolina. Even though I would love to kind of watch some of the colonial era antiques go, I'd probably have a more interest in the vintage toys and the coins down in North Carolina. But so far, what I'm gathering is this particular auction here. I'm not registered to bid on this one, but we're just kind of getting an idea what things are going for and whatnot. But this one here has like I said, it has a kind of a potpourri of different material coming up. And again, we're just kind of getting an idea of what different things are going forward, what's becoming more popular. And Pyrex, oh my goodness, people are paying out for Pyrex. Oh my, Pyrex is the new gold. And but right now, things seem to be going fairly reasonable. There is no Marilyn Monroe dress in this auction. But anyway, right now it seems like just a little bit of odds and ends. There's going to be some vintage toys coming up that we're going to kind of keep an eye on. Also, too, vintage housewares coming up too. There will be a Pyrex. Love the old dishes. Oh yes, and I tell you what, the auction we were just recently at physically in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. On the other side of Lancaster, they had a quite an abundance of Pyrex, and we were watching some of those go off. Of course, me and Mrs. Reiser were there talking to each other. Well, if they go cheap enough, but no, they did not. I think a collection of 3 bowls, early Pyrex bowls, went for over $150. And oh my God, is that Teddy Ruxpin? I don't know. Believe it or not, they are becoming collectible. Who would have thought? Scary things they were. And but yeah, we were amazed at the auction of how much the Pyrex stuff was going for. Vintage carved wooden pelican, and we could get into seriously the carved ducks. Oh my goodness, they just whew. The numbers wore off my Pyrex measuring cup. Now it's just a small pitcher. But it's used. It's unique, yes. But anyway, there we go. Here's some of the stuff. 9 primitive wooden kitchen tools. I tell you what, now for decor, people are paying out the yin yang for these, at least locally here. They're trying to countrify their decor. And it looks like nobody's bidding. I should be registered to bid. Here's one I was kind of curious about. There's got to be a bidder for this rolling pin. Got to be. Because rolling pins, too, seem like they have a collector thing of their own. I was watching some of those go off, too, at this past weekend's auction. And people were bidding weird prices. Nothing that I would ever think about buying a rolling pin for. I don't know. Some of them were going for $50, $60. But here, the previous rolling pin, I don't think got a bid. This one has $3, and I don't know. But Willie, there is a car auction I'm kind of watching in Arizona for, I think it's Saturday. I won't be able to live stream it, but I may keep an eye and see what they have. I love people watching at auctions and eating the food. Absolutely. And it was nice to see a lot of the Amish folk out and about. And 9 dimes. I don't even know what to do with a rolling pin. I tell you, I'm trying to keep the rolling pin away from the missus. I'm still getting used to the frying pan. But oh yeah, people watching at auctions is great fun, and sometimes you like to see the battle of egos. Sometimes with people bidding against each other, it's like, all right, you guys are doing this just, and yeah, makes no more sense anymore. You guys just have at it. And yeah, I didn't want to say I got involved in a bidding war. I was kind of I was interested in an item this past Sunday or Saturday, and no, these two other fellers decided they wanted to have some sort of battle of wits with their wallets, and I was like, okay, you guys have at it. But anyway, Royal Worcester Evesham pie plate. Oh, pie plates. They are. Oh, I don't know. Vintage brass candle holders. Scrap. No. But I was watching too. Saturday at the auction. Just curious as far as what some of the items were going to just be sold for scrap. Are you in Amish country? No, we're close to it though. We're about an hour and a half to 2 hours away. And yeah, auctions can be great fun. Unfortunately, this past one was outdoors and it was hot. Not like hot today in the east here. It's rather warm out there. In fact, we should be mowing the lawn, but we got auction stuff to look at. Yeah. In fact, if you want the actual forecast, let me check on it for you. It's hot, but I tell you, vintage. Oh, here's something I thought was kind of neat. There was already an online bid for this before it started. Hey there, Mr. Bortner. How are you? Yes, that's right. It's a vintage Groucho Marx doll. That's right. 17 inches tall. $4. Who could beat that? And I'm actually looking if anybody comes. Hey there, B3. How are you? I'm actually looking for a chalkware statue of Jack Benny. They made him, I believe, in the early 70s. And they're commanding crazy prices on eBay. So I'm kind of not deciding to go with eBay looking for one. And unfortunately, with the chalkware statuettes, the thing is condition is everything. And through the years, chalkware just does not hold up well. So to find one in halfway decent condition, you're actually still paying quite decently. Vintage oil lamp. This is something that is picking up in the market big time. I know several people who are actually specifically looking for the old oil lamps, hurricane lamps, and etc. And I'm surprised. This looks like it's not even getting a bid, even though I would not, being a dealer, I would not want to ship them just because there's just too much that can go wrong. And more brass. Scrap. And come on, somebody, throw $1 in there and scrap the thing. But not really. You can actually do better trying to get your value out of it reselling than scrap. That's only a joke, by the way. I don't believe in scrapping anything. And porcelain mountain boy, EC. I think that means excellent condition, as far as I know. And oh, here's more decor items. Need some ducks. And somebody painted a soda box crate. I have all the chalkware fish and mermaids and bubbles. Herman Miller in one of the bathrooms. All right. And antique 1800s brass candlestick. Come on, people. I know there's people watching this auction. Throw $1 in there. I think some of these actually have minimum bids, so they're not getting them. They're just passing. Here's more rolling pins. But again, some of the rolling pins that we saw this past weekend, I was just shocked at the prices that they were commanding. But anyway, gang, this is actually just a test. This is actually probably something that is going to evolve the channel into a little bit, because I need to start working harder for my retirement gig, which is coming up. And I hope to have my retirement gig situated, set up, and Shannon beats me with those pins. Oh, she upgraded. And I still get the frying pan. And so I'm getting my retirement gig set up. And if you haven't guessed, we are going to be full-blown art, antique, and coin dealers. And but yeah, we have one, but I hide it. Make her search. You know what? Even though it's been years and we're at that age, I cannot pick up a paint stick without thinking of my grandmother. That was her weapon of choice for the spanking. In fact, I'm painting different areas of the house right now, mainly trim and porches and etc. So yeah, whenever I pick up that paint stick to stir the paint, yes, I think of Grandma. And oh yeah, wooden shoe for me. A wooden shoe. Are you Willie? Are you Dutch? But oh, here we go. Some 5 1947s to 1950s card games, and that's right, stuff for the curio cabinet. And I'm curious to see if we have a bid in here for these or not. German, okay, close. And now here is something I think is unique. Nope, somebody's already got bid on it, $5. Believe it or not, how long have the Simpsons been on now? For 25 years or better? I just can't believe. So I'm sure there is the Simpsons collectibles, and I'm sure there's people out there collecting. $5, you could have had it. How about the Jetsons car here, huh? I tell you what, I should have registered to bid on this one. But I really am finding a lot of the Hanna-Barbera stuff starting to climb in value, especially as we're getting further and further and further away from that time era. Oh, we got some action going on anyway. People are bidding. It's up to $9. It's a pull back and go flying car. Yeah, where's my flying car? Who would have thought? How come, given technology as far as what it is, how is it we don't have flying cars yet? I think we got distracted with the autonomous driving cars. This I would have been interested in if I had the original box. The thing about Etch-a-Sketch is they kind of still make them, which kind of really kills the mystique with them. Unless they are mint and in the original box, then they can command a better price. Child's tin kitchen pieces with a box. Box! Gotta have the box. Always gotta have the box. Was watching Hess trucks. And without the box, they are just they are very limp at the auctions. Hess trucks with the box, you can pretty much command their full value. But the only problem with the Hess trucks is they made so many of them. Vintage Fisher Price, Little Snoopy, pull toy dog. Who didn't have one of those when, I tell you, I think I had one as a youngster. And hopefully the Hess trucks, nobody left the batteries in them. Otherwise, you'll find that they're all kind of corroded. All right, well, take care. A Breyer signed horse. I didn't have a chance to look that up. I was curious about it when I first initially saw it at the listing, but we'll see if it goes anywhere. I see it got a bid for $11 so far. I think right now we're going to really focus on Tootsie Toys, early Tonka, Nylet, and they were getting a little bit into toys. Not really. We're not going full fledged and full bore, but wow, are they really becoming collectible? I did pick up some Tonka this past auction. Noisemakers, got enough of those called grandkids. But no, but 6 U.S. metal noisemakers, excellent condition, $3. Nice decor stuff. Stick it up on the shelf, collect dust. Bank, cast iron U.S. mail wagon with horse, EC. Always want to check on these. The reproductions will most likely, if nobody has tinkered with them, they will have a flat edge screw on the bottom. The repros normally have a Phillips head screw on the bottom. Smurfs, they are now plastic, not metal, not the same on the Tonka. Yeah. Oh, I do that. They got a bid on the Smurfs. I wonder if they're the heavy rubber ones. Surfing Sizemore. I have no idea what that is. Grady Sizemore. No clue. Vintage 1963 Fisher Price TV radio wind-up musical toy. Nine Dime says, I am buying Thomas the tank engine. Yes. Bakugan and Silly Bands. I think they'll be the next generation collectible crate. I think I agree with you. I think Thomas the Train would have a big following. They were immensely popular. Vintage doll, 1993, Unimax. And 5 vintage vehicles, Allburn, Matchbox, etc. It's got a $3 bid there. That one to the far right, that almost looks like a Tootsie toy. I don't know. I can't tell. The picture's not big enough. Dealing with those right now quite a bit. And I mean, right now I have the dining room table just covered with Matchbox and Tootsie toys. It was a box lot that was at the auction, and there's probably 40 or better Tootsie cars in that lot. And there's some early Hot Wheels and Matchboxes, Hot Wheels with the purple lines around the tires. Vintage carved cedar treasure chest. Everybody needs a treasure chest. But anyway, gang, the Hot Wheels and the early Matchboxes do well, and Tootsie Toys do well, especially the Tootsie Toys. The early Tootsie Toys just command a price and value, even, believe it or not, parts. Some people actually will restore them. This is Auction Zip. 9 dimes. And auctionzip.com. And you can actually find this one if you go under, if you search your area code, they'll list your local area. Then underneath of it will have your online auctions. This is one of the online auctions. And it's hit or miss, 9 dimes. Some of the auctions will just command crazy prices. This one's actually not that bad. I didn't realize they weren't going to have a live auctioneer, just the online stuff here on the left-hand side. But squeaky toys. Who doesn't need a squeaky toy? But I don't even know what they are. What's this? Does it say what they? No, it just says, are they mice? Bears? Kind of look like, no, I don't know. Oh, it says bears. Joseph Originals, Blue Jays. I refuse to get in the Hummels. That's just a personal thing. I don't know. Hummels, and what was the early popular thing? The little stuffed animals that actually like eBay started for. Yeah, don't do those either. Oh, I can't remember what they're called. Little stuffed animal things. I forget what they're called. But believe it or not, there's still people out there that will collect those. People will collect anything, believe it or not. Annabelle. No, that's a vintage Raggedy Ann doll, 30 inches tall. Beanie Babies. That's right, 9 dimes. Thank you. Vintage Raggedy Ann doll. Could be Annabelle. Annabelle doesn't have any clothes on. Nobody's bidding on Annabelle. See, that the movie just ruined people for Raggedy Ann. Vintage Andrea by Sadik Porcelain Canadian Goose. Don't know it. Where's her dress? W.C. Fields. Hey, we had Groucho Marx earlier, so now we got W.C. Fields. Kind of goes with a, 1980. No box, no paperwork. Oh, I think this is going to be a pass. Oh, no, nobody's bidding on it. Vintage needlepoint shield back mahogany gossip chair. Is this really a gossip chair? Isn't this a telephoning chair? A telephone chair? Wouldn't the telephone be on the little desk part? I don't know. Maybe. Did that go without anybody bidding on it? Wow. For a while there, people were buying those up big time. Telephone table, yeah. Eastern Star Imperial Marigold Pattern Glass Compote. Somebody's got $3 on it. Glass. I tell you what, there is a market for glass, even though, I don't know, shipping it, I just do not like. Wallace Weight Loss 6 record set, 1941. I need those. Keep Fit to Music. This is pre-Jane Fonda. That would be kind of a neat curiosity, though. Here's another porcelain duck. I don't think we need one of those. I think we possibly even have several. It would be fun to hear the records. Yeah, it would. Vintage collectible made in Vietnam doll. Well, she looks Vietnamese. More glass, marigold, stippled rays and flowers. I am highly surprised that there is no bidding going on for these. Even again, like I said, myself, I don't like dealing with glass. Too much can go wrong, especially your postal carrier guy. Roadrunner sculpture by Andrea. Who doesn't need a Roadrunner? The coyote. The coyote doesn't need a Roadrunner. Poor thing. But yeah, I agree. The stuff on this seems like it is going cheap. Imperial glass. Come on, people. There you go. You got a $4 bid there. I was rooting for you. And again, it's carnival glass. And even though glass may not be my thing, I still have an appreciation for it. I have appreciation for a lot of things, but some things I just don't want to get into, i.e. glass or anything that breaks easily. Give me heavy, rusty stuff. Yes. More glass, curved star, marigold, carnival glass bowl. $8. This ish, depending on who's watching or how many are watching this auction, $8 would not do it around here at a normal auction. Absolutely. More imperial glass. $3. 4. Oh, they're going. I don't think they're going to fight too much over it, though, the way things are going on here. Oh, there's 5. Oh, somebody likes it. And they're going. I think I'm blocking the bottom bid there. I don't know. We'll see if it goes up by itself there. Yeah, I think somebody else threw a bid down. Oh, $6 so far. There it went, $6. That's a bargain. More glass, vintage pressed glass. And we did see a little bit of crystal being sold this past weekend. Not a lot. Antique trunk. Heavy. They're heavy. Big. They're really not that bad as far as sales wise. The trouble is they are just big, take up a lot of room. Looks like it's footed dish, maybe why. But yeah. And so far, I think between storage units and whatnot, I think we've kept luggage and storage containers, boxes, trunks that we come across. Oh, where's Sandy? Antique Victorian doll, fabric body, China porcelain hands. And hopefully she's not watching, so she'll go, bid. Look, nobody's bidding on it. Nobody's wanting the scary doll. Well, of course, I know one person that would. And, oh well. Vintage 1985 cute bear on roller skates, battery operated. And It's haunted. Then she would definitely want it. And she had compassion on some dolls at this past auction. I think she paid 50 cents for it. Or I should say, I paid 50 cents for it because she made me bid on them. But yeah. Whoa, here's another one. Where is she at? She should be watching this. She should be watching the live stream. That one is just as, if not more scary than the last. Antique full composition doll. How would you like to have that thing crawling at the foot of your bed in the middle of the night? It was past 7 storybook dolls. Vintage. Oh, why is it in plastic? Vintage. Deacon Benji dog. Plush, stuffed, collar. Tab 1978. Original packaging. That's why it's in plastic. Never used. Oh, this is the table. I was going to be really excited for crockery. Antique ball-legged drop leaf table. It was funny. The crockery that was for sale at the auction this past Saturday, some of the beginning sales of the crockery just really went for their full value price. Then towards the end, they had an enormous abundance of crockery. Why, towards the end there, the sales kind of fizzled out for crockery. Heavy stuff. Vintage Fenton lime sherbet. Sherbet. Ruffled edge Persian medallion. 6 inches tall. All right, $8 somebody's going for. And glass. Glass. We got a little bit of action going on for it. We're up to $10 now. And it's funny because in different areas of the country, auctions command different prices for things. And I see that a lot when I compare to stuff going on in the East Coast and then in the central area, like Indiana. There's a lot of auctions on here that's around Indianapolis and whatnot. But anyway, but it's weird to see what prices are going for across the nation. And then if you really want to make your brain twirl, watch some of the European auctions. The uranium glass is sought after. Yes, it is. People love to put it in their curio cabinets with a black light. But some of the European auctions, believe it or not, have just different prices altogether. Of course, have to be fast with a calculator to work out euros and whatnot. Duncan Miller pink opalescent hobnail. Nothing, don't know anything about it. Somebody does. Somebody's already thrown in the bid for $6. And it's not to say I wouldn't deal with glass if I just came across something that was too good of a deal to pass up. But me, myself, I would probably try and find a local buyer, not ship it. It reminds me of a jellyfish, don't it? Two vintage Royal Copley pitcher coral blue floral relief vases. These were commanding pretty decent prices about 10 to 15 years ago. Not so much anymore. L.E. Smith, ruby red, iridescent, carnival glass. Carnival glass. People love the carnival glass. This is actually has nice colors to it. I think 9 Dimes went to go bid. He said, that's it. We're going to go register and bid on this stuff. And chairs. Who doesn't need chairs? Set of 4 antique wooden spindle back dining room chairs. And I think they're going to go without a bid. More glass. Carnival glass. Marigold. Dugan wide rib. Ruby red. Probably about I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago. Ruby red. Anything ruby red or cobalt blue, people were chomping at the bit after. Glass is fun. It looks pretty. It breaks. Didn't understand this one. Vintage Meyer wakeboard skimboard. And yeah. Going cheap, definitely. More chairs. I kind of wonder if this auctioneer is going to be relisting some of the passes. I'm going to have to save this auctioneer to see if, yeah. More ceramics. Vintage Royal Copley ceramic vase pitcher. 8.5 8.25, sorry, inches tall. More carnival glass. There's a market for it. Of course, there's now in the day with the advent of the internet and whatnot, there's a market for anything because you can reach your buyer all over the world. Furniture, not for fat guys like me, Pass. I think I'm beyond dealing with furniture just because it's all heavy. Then it takes up so much room. Back in the day when I was young, I didn't care about furniture being 200 or 300 pounds. We go in there, lift it, carry it. Yeah. Now, not so much. Vintage table lamp. That's got a $4 bed. What would you do with it? Resell. What would you ask for it? $20. Why not? More carnival glass. Grape bowl. The vintage atomic furniture goes for good money. Yes, my favorite 3-letter abbreviation, MCM. Mid-century modern. It just grates on the back of my neck. Oh, the younger days, hair. Yeah, when it's still dark, too. When we were younger, did we really take full advantage of having hair? I don't know. Probably never thought it would ever fall out or turn gray or white or whatever it's doing. Carved tea back, antique chair. MCM. Mid-century modern. Well, I mean, it's part of the lingo. But yes, I agree. It has a high collectability. Lorain, Ohio Lighthouse. I think we missed being online for it, but I think earlier they had a lighthouse from Sandy Hook. That or it hasn't gotten here yet. I don't remember. I remember seeing it, but I didn't pay too much attention to it. Blood Red. Well, that should go in the Emporium. Blood Red, L.E. Smith patterned glass. Got a couple people interested in it and bidding on it. Is Blood Red the new Cobalt? Oh, I think it's fizzling out. Well, got a little bit of action going on it. Rooting people on. I don't even get anything from this auction. I'm rooting people on. I want to see it actually climb. $10 so far. 11. Is this a test? It's totally a test. Hi, David Carlisle. How are you? Dave's not here, man. Welcome. This is a test indeed. I didn't study. It's an open book test. But welcome. If it is, I failed. You know what? For the in the transition stage of the show, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should test people's knowledge of antiques and collectibles. You know, what is this item? That might be fun. It's up to $16. Still a bargain. A chest, rough condition, Coswell Runyon Company. I actually like this. I like things that are well used. What's the auctioneer premium? That makes a difference. With this one, I don't know. I do have a note from my mother. What's the auctioneer premium? I don't know about this one. I was looking at one earlier today, thinking that we were going to be doing this, and they did not have a premium whatsoever. I think that one was in Florida, but I'm not sure about this particular one. But I agree, the premium always makes a difference. I think that's why this past auction in Lancaster area did so well, because they eliminated the premium. Vintage Ashland rubber cat squeaky bank toy. More scary stuff for people to collect. How would you like to have that staring at you in the middle of the night? Whoa, here's another one. So far, this is what? The second doll. It did not have any clothes. Antique complete composition baby doll with hole in top of head. Is this a Cupie? I don't think so. How tall? Say 8 inches, I think. No bid. Glass. More glass. Oh, no, this is a crystal. Just give it a little flick with your finger. See if it makes a ping and rings. Creepy. Glass. Carnival glass. I tell you what, I should have called a couple of friends who are into carnival glass and said, hey, but who would have thought the stuff would have been going so cheap? Of course, we don't know what their shipping rates are either. So far, I've lucked out pretty good with online auctions and shipping rates and whatnot. So far, they haven't been that bad as far as shipping, as far as packaging and whatnot. Of course, the ones that I have participated on online were only in Pennsylvania and I think one in Maryland. But everything arrived nicely packaged, which is important to anyone's online business. And so far, as of this date, we have only had one really mishap of a shipping faux pas. And I'm convinced that the delivery guy played soccer with the box. He decided to punt it from the street to the guy's front porch. And it was all right. 1964, New York, World's Fair, salt and pepper shakers. Ah, the salt and pepper shakers. We talk about collectible. There is a field out there. Come on, more than $3. I should have registered. Should have registered. And guess what? More. That's right. More Carnival glass. Art Deco. Octagonal etched eyeglasses with case. Well, we got a bid of $4. Vintage small left on white bunny rabbit. Our local auction has tables full of the salt and peppers. A lot. I tell you. The open salts people, the glass open salts people were just jonesing for them. A couple of years ago, if not a little bit better. They kind of fizzled out a little bit, but there's still a market there. Oh, talking about the uranium glass open salts people were really going after. 2-part glass candle holders. I get excited for this stuff. That's why a buddy of mine, George, who was on the channel every now and again, he gets all kinds of excited about stuff that you just would find weird. It's addicting. Amber glass with stopper. See, the stopper is actually the. Come on, people, bid that sucker up. We're watching another bargain. $14. Bargain. There it went. Scary frog. Scary vintage Latin frog brushing hair sitting on barrel figurine. It actually looks quite pleasant, but it has its own scary thing about it. Now, see, I would buy this for the Emporium, and just because it has that scary factor, double the price. Yeah, I would have sold it for like $45. Phil, what is it with the naked things? We got 2 naked dolls, a naked frog, and now we have I don't know, they could be naked clowns. I don't know. But they're wearing hats, so they're really technically not naked if they are indeed clothed. So, $6 for weird, scary clowns. Clowns, no! 7 made in occupied Japan pieces. You know what? I feel that there is at least an essay or an article that needs to be written about when the clown thing became scary in our culture. It should really be looked into. I should have really registered for this auction. $3. X-rated auction. I'm too young for such visions. Yes. Milk glass. Now, I don't know about milk glass. Is there still a market for milk glass? That used to be a thing. Are these small? Yes, 2.5 inches. These may be salts. Somebody's got a $5 bid on them. More milk glass. I tell you. The hens on the nest, not so much anymore, I don't think. I remember, yeah, the milk glass used to be a thing, but I don't know. Oh, alabaster carved bird figure. There's an auction I'm watching for in July. It's on the Chesapeake side of Maryland. I was fully committed in going, and now I'm kind of talking myself out. It's 3 hours away from me, and the material there, I just don't know if there's enough material there to kind of make the 3 hour drive for. I'm still debating about it. Westmoreland. Jake. Milk bottle, Wadsworth, Ohio. Oh, it's got the cap. Wow, people woke up for that. $9. $10. I want to talk about milk bottles. Oh my goodness. There are folks who will go nuts over certain particular milk bottles. As with anything, I guess, but still. 13, 14, somebody's, yeah, we got a little bit of action going on. 15, considering how everything else was going, this is actually all right. 16, 17. Some of the guides for the milk bottles are unique, we'll say. I just wonder how they gauge some of the prices, especially with some of the very rare ones. 19. Are they using like eBay and the sale prices to kind of formulate what the collector value should be? I mean, prices really only relevant to what somebody's willing to pay. 22. And the naked dolls didn't sell. We have a local, well, what used to be local, semi-local dairy to us. Their old bottles are now selling for between $150 to $200, and it just amazes me. The dairy's not in business long, sell higher. And they're still going. $32 so far. $33. Yeah, people are wanting this milk bottle. Up to 36. They're not slowing down either. 37. 38. All right, somebody needs to throw a $5 bid in there. Somebody needs to make it 43. You want to take the wind out of the other bidder's sails. I tell you what, auctioneers must have great patience because they'll start off an item, $100, 75, and you'll start coming down, get you $10, and then everybody raises their hands. Of course, it's like just start it at 10 and let it go. Let's get it over with. 41, and we had there it goes, $41 for that milk bottle. Man, that's a little bit of action going on. Oh, it hasn't disappeared yet. We still got the film there. Oh, nope, sold. Next item, maybe. Maybe not. Where's that at? Let me jump over to the actual auction site and see if. Yep, thank you, and see you next month. Have an auction this Saturday at 1 p.m. There you go, gang. I tell you what, you could probably snag yourself up a good deal with this auction house. But we're going to see if we can't find another one for maybe 15, 20 minutes and see what else we got going on here. We got some timed auctions going on, and we might pop into that one for a little bit. Live auction, estate jewelry, art, and collectibles. I don't remember too much of that one. So what do you think? Should we pop into this? Maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll have an actual live person. No, it does not. So we're going to jump out of that, and we're going to go up into the timed auction, and we're going to see what it goes for. We're going to get you guys over to that screen. Present, share screen. Boom. And hopefully you guys are with me. Let me check back on that screen. Yep. There you are. Does it add time from the last bid? Most of them do, yes. I'm going to kind of go over, I'm going to be chat blind for a second. And we're going to go over to, We're going to go over to that tab and just kind of breeze through. Now, these auctions here, this is an auction, but they close out. These are timed auctions, meaning you have to get your bid in while it's still up, and then once it's closed, it's closed. And this actually does help a lot to get an idea for what prices are going for you. As you can see, some of these lots are ending now. Vintage Crown Works advertising. That pocket knife is up to $46. Vintage portable heater warming lot. Don't know what that is, really. Bingo game spinner and balls. Somebody's bid onto it for $1. Large lot of original Lincoln logs. We're up to 11. The real ones now are actually really commanding prices. Hey, if you need a portable animal cage, could be yours for $1. A lot of vintage political pins. It looks like Nixon, $4. That's a bargain. More pins. I remember in the 80s, the pins were the thing. Wesson Oil mayonnaise maker. That's right, gang. People used to make their own mayonnaise. Some people still do. Vintage cast iron match safe. $1. A deal. That's a bargain. Wade figurines. This kind of makes me a little. Lot of 4 antique steel cannonballs. I don't know. I personally couldn't. Without any sort of provenance, I wouldn't do it. Unless you need a doorstop. Doorstop, maybe. $11 for a doorstop, I'd be all right. BB guns, all working order. So somebody was playing. On legal strike, railroad singlemen, AFL-CIO. Unfair wages, U.S. railroads. Oh, okay, nice. A map of the 1939 panorama of New York's World's Fair. Just think about it. Buy that for $1. Find yourself a very nice frame at a yard sale for another couple bucks and sell it for 50. Art, instant art. Antique porcelain enamel kettle. That just deserves to be more than $1. But hey, bargain. And who knows? Knives. More knives. Globes. Believe it or not, globes had their time in the spotlight. I don't think they still have the command they once did, but people were looking for globes. Lot of antique nails. Square heads. Trench art. I think some trench art is still very popular right now. Same thing with tramp art. I just find there's just a market for it. It's a weird market, but there's a market for it. Box lot of tools. Always that, I tell you. I love box lots. Ooh, trains. Bicycles. Oh, I tell you, get your deal on a vintage Huffy roadside cruiser. Paint sprayer. Hopefully, that last person to use it, they cleaned it. Large lot of bar clamps. I will tell you. They went for like 100. There was a group of 6 or 7 at the auction Saturday. Went for crazy money. I need one of those. A Craftsman scroll saw works good. So far, it's only $1. And we're just kind of cruising around a little bit, see if there's anything that's kind of really going nuts. Hubli Champ cap gun is up to, it's sold $11. Bargain. Salt and pepper shakers, $7. And the man for the 60s, rare 1960 John F. Kennedy flasher. $15. That seemed, I really have to have some comps on that to say whether that was good or bad, but it seems cheap. Oh, by the way, that thing over here, that's a road map. And Siri, you're not the boss of me, except in the car. And there you have it. All right, we'll get you back over here and better start saving our square nails, hubby. Yes. Jean jacket with pins, vintage brooches on sweaters. Hey, it's coming back in vogue. Vogue. Anyway. All right, gang. Well, that's all I got for tonight. I'm going to get rid of this screen. Boop. And that's just another test. And just kind of seeing how this goes. It's probably going to be part of the new format for the channel as we kick into high gear the next career. So anyway, gang, I thank you so much for tuning in and watching the auction with me. And oh, wait a minute, since you're still here, this thing, I got to show you this thing. For those of you who may have seen it already on, isn't this scary? Anyway, this Japanese, I'm pretty sure it's Japanese. I still have to really identify it. I purchased while we were in Maryland last. And even though I did get it for the Emporium, there's just something that is not letting me sell it as of yet. This is card. And has a little hook back here for hanging. And but there's actually a pretty decent market for the carved Oriental masks. This is Japanese, I'm pretty sure. But I got to do more research on it. They command really probably a sales price between $80 to $120, depending on condition and the features. There's actually different motifs of the carved Japanese mask, which we won't get into really too much right now. But it has yet to go into the Emporium because... yeah. But anyway, gang, that's all we got for tonight. Good to see you again. Shannon's on phone call. Awesome show. Thank you. Thank you. All right, folks. Well, that's it. And thanks for tuning into the test. And we'll look forward to the next one, which I'm probably going to shoot for this weekend. And I'm going to try and actually schedule these rather than just be impromptu. But anyway, all right, gang, try and stay cool. It's hot out there. Anyway. All right. Have a good night. We'll see you.